Alright, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Bonus Points. Today is going to be the final episode before game week 5. We have a bit of a thick episode today, so we just gonna jump straight into it. First of all, as you all may know, I am part of FPL tournament, RPM Elite Fantasy Premier League. And I'm sure that I mentioned this before. I just want to give a quick shout out to my boy Sammy Crease. Congrats, Sammy Crease, who managed to win the prize per game week 4. So Sammy Crease now has a little bit extra money in his pocket. In case you all don't know about this league, you can go ahead and follow it on Instagram. Talking about RPM, they actually put out a post on Instagram the other day asking if anyone had any questions or concerns leading into game week 5. And we managed to get a question from Liz Ramlal. So, Liz, we're going to go ahead and answer your question. You wanted to know who should you replace Antonio with for the upcoming game week. And I have a kind of a long answer for that. First of all, it depends on the situation that you find yourself in. If you have 2 free transfers, then I think the obvious one is to go ahead and buy someone like Ronaldo. You could go ahead and shift around some of the funds and get Ronaldo in. I think for the next 3 game weeks, he should be scoring a lot of goals. I think he has 3 goals in his first 2 games for Manchester United. One of those obviously coming 2 nights ago in the Champions League, as he does score in the Champions League every single time. So yeah, Ronaldo things. But yeah, I think Ronaldo is looking good for the next 3 game weeks, and he's someone I would definitely consider bringing in if you wanted to take out Antonio and if you had the funds and the transfers to do so. If you have 1 free transfer, then you're kind of looking around the price of Antonio, and I think the main guy should be probably Patrick Bamford. I know that he probably only scored like 1 goal for the season so far, but look, Leeds were just unfortunate to have a lot of tough games for the first 4 weeks. It's looking a lot easier for them now, and I think Bamford is still the target man of that team. They try to serve him as much as possible, and you all know how I like to target strikers that are the target man for their respective teams. I think this is the case with Bamford. He's also on penalties, and Leeds do have some tricky players in there that are capable of winning penalties, such as Rafinha or even Dan James if they were to start him. I think Patrick Bamford should be a good option for the upcoming game weeks, especially for the next 3. Is looking pretty good. A bit of an outside shout might be Richarlison. I think with Calvert-Lewin being injured, a lot of the focus actually shifts to Richarlison, and they have some nice and easy games coming up, especially that Norwich fixture that I've been trying to target for my own team. You know, I think Richarlison would be a good one to replace Antonio with. He should also be back on the pens, and so far Everton won 2 penalties in the first 4 game weeks, you know. They have also been scoring a lot of goals. Richarlison should be more than involved. I think he was a bit unlucky not to get a return in the last game. I don't think he's going to carry that forward. He should be scoring and assisting for the next 2 to 3 game weeks. He's someone that I would definitely look at. But finally, the last piece of advice might just be, which is what I'm doing for my personal team, just don't sell Antonio at all. He's only suspended for 1 game, and that's against Manchester United anyway, which is a game I was personally considering benching him against. I understand that Antonio could go ahead and score against anyone, but sometimes you don't really want them for the harder fixtures. I think that this suspension it's about the best time that he could possibly get suspended against a hard team, and he gets that extra week of rest. And the thing is, I'm sure most of us are going to want him for the next 2 game weeks after the Manchester United game. So personally, my opinion is let's just not sell him, but I definitely understand if you would like to sell him, and these are the guys that I would sell him for, depending on the situation that you find yourself into. However, that was it for questions. We only got 1, so thanks a lot, Liz, for sending in your question. If you ever have any more, you know where to find us. So just keep sending them in. I'll keep answering them. Moving on now, the next thing that I wanted to, shed some light on is a few transfers that I think could be made this upcoming game week. This segment is basically what has replaced my team review. I don't know if you all actually want to see my team or not. It's not that I've been doing bad, it's just that, again, for the first couple of weeks or in the early stages of FPL, especially before most of us use our wildcard, we have different teams. So showing you my personal team, I'm not really sure how much that could actually help you. I know I explain this every single week, but I'm going to keep doing it just so that you understand why I'm not showing my week. It's not because I'm embarrassed or because I'm doing air shit or whatever. It's literally just because I'm trying to help all as much as possible, right? I don't think that showing off my team would really help that much. What we're going to do instead, though, is target some transfers, both in and out. So first of all, Cristiano Ronaldo, if you don't have him and you could get him, I think you should go ahead and just get that guy for the next 3 game weeks. I spoke about him a little bit before. Key points to take away from Ronaldo is that 1, he's on form. He is the focal point of that team. We're not sure if he has penalties yet, but I personally think that he should. So we're going to see what happens when United get that first penalty with Cristiano Ronaldo involved in the team. But yeah, and also he should be nailed on to start every single game in my opinion. So yeah, I think Ronaldo is a safe one. He has some easy games coming up as well. Well, easy-ish. But he could really score on anyone. So I would go ahead and get Ronaldo in. Another one that I would look to bring in is Mason Greenwood. We saw that he was rested during the Champions League, which means that he should be starting again this weekend. And the game this weekend, I know it's against West Ham, but without Antonio, I don't think West Ham is really going to be saying too much. Yes, strikers could actually affect the defense. We saw it with Jack Grealish last season with Aston Villa. Perhaps we've even seen the effects of no Grealish in the Aston Villa team currently. I think it's going to be a same type of effect without Mikel Antonio. I think that Ronaldo and Greenwood should be picking up some goals this weekend. And yeah, Greenwood is definitely someone that I would bring into my team and expect a bit of an impact. The next one is if you don't have Diogo Jota and you don't have 3 Liverpool players, I think he's definitely someone to target. It looks like Firmino is out for the foreseeable future. We have no idea when he's going to make his way back into the team. But for now, I think Jota is looking quite explosive up there as the new number 9, I would say. Yeah, if you could get Jota, definitely go and bring him in. I think he's been very involved in the build-up play. He's been very involved inside the opponent's penalty box, either setting up goals for Mane, who has not had his finishing boots on so far, or taking a lot of shots himself. I think that he's really gelled well with that attacking front 3, and I really expect a lot of maybe more assists than goals to come in the near future. Jota is definitely someone that I would look at. Another player that I would look at to bring in is someone that we haven't really spoke about much on this channel, and that would be Jamie Vardy. His next 3 games just look absolutely brilliant. And Vardy is someone that I have tended to sleep on a little bit in the past. I think he started the season decent. It's not as electric as we expect from Jamie Vardy, but yeah, every year he gets a year older, you know, the regular stuff. And he gets a little bit slower as well. He seems to be slowing down a bit much, and opposing defenses seem to be marking him a little bit tighter these days. However, his quality is still there. He is still one of the better strikers in the Premier League, and with 3 nice and easy games coming up, if you have the tools to get Vardy, I think he's a nice outside shot to get. Could even be a captain for this weekend. Who knows? Another one that I would look to get in, which is the final guy that I'm going to talk about, is Reece James. And yeah, I think Reece James is a good one to get in for this weekend. They play against Spurs, but Chelsea is, in my opinion, the best defense in the league. I also think Reece James is going to be starting a lot more than we expect for the upcoming... Not even for the upcoming few games. And for the whole season, I think he should be starting a lot more than we expect for the rest of the season. I think people are finally starting to notice the quality that he has. I think Tuchel definitely... What's he with? Not respect, but... I don't know what's he with, but... Tuchel believes in the guy, seems to favour him, and Reece James is just fantastic when it comes to that right wing back position. So I think it's a bit of a case of he has a lot of quality and a case of there's not too much options to really put there at right wing back. I think Reece James is going to be starting a lot. However, forget just about the stats. I think that he has the quality to go ahead and match Trent in terms of points this season. He should be on for more clean sheets than Trent. Maybe he may not assist as much, but by the time the points even out, Reece James is 5.6, Trent is 7.5, and I expect them to have, similar points come the end of the season. I think Reece James is on to actually break the game. He's had a lot of touches in the opponent's box, and they attack down that side so much, even more than they attack down Marcus Alonso's side. I really think that Reece James is one to jump on from now. I think he should be good for the clean sheet against Spurs. The next game is Manchester City. You could probably just rotate him. But the reason that I'm saying to get on him now is because if he goes ahead and keeps a clean sheet against Spurs, I expect his price to go up. I think now is a good time to jump on the Reece James train. Now to talk about a few players that I would take out. when looking at the players that I was going to take out, I just looked at players that were highly owned and then kind of filtered them through to kind of see among the highly owned players who I think should not be on for too many points over the next, let's say, 5 game weeks. We're going to start off with Said Benrahma. I think he started the season very well, but in the 4th game, was not too involved. Yes, they had a red card, but honestly wasn't too involved. He has Manchester United next without Mikel Antonio. Not sure how involved he's going to be there. And then the 2 games after that, they look decent, but I just feel like Benrahma has not been involved in the attack as much as I would like him to be. That coupled with the fact that there are brilliant options around that 5.5 to 6 million price range, such as Traore, Gray, even Andros Townsend, Jack Harrison, Rafinha, Dan James if he was to start. Hwang scored a goal the other day. There are a lot of options around his price point, and I think it could be a good time to take the price rises that they got out of Benrahma, take the points that he got out of Benrahma, and just move on. I don't expect him to be doing as well as he did at the start of the season over the next 3, 4, 5 game weeks. I would definitely take him out if I had him. I don't, but he's someone I would consider taking out. Another one I would consider taking out is Luke Shaw. I think it's just a case of Manchester United have not managed to keep many clean sheets so far. I think they kept 1 off of the first 5 games. That includes the Champions League. The defense has not looked as solid as I expected it to look. Shaw, however, has came out with a lot of attacking returns, but that is not going to continue. I personally rather target good defenses than attacking fullbacks. I'm not sure if that makes sense to you, but I think that's how they get more points. Target the defense first and then the attacking after. There are a few decent options around the price point of Shaw that you could look to switch him out with. And Shaw's fixtures are taking a turn for the worse right now. The next 2 look decent for the defense, but afterwards, from game week 7 onwards, it's just looking very tough for Manchester United to keep these clean sheets. And so far, they haven't been keeping any clean sheets apart from that one time. So yeah, Shaw, not someone that I would want to keep right now. Could definitely look to sub him out for the Wolves. Assets are looking pretty good in the defense. You could look at Marcel or the other fullback, Semedo. Chelsea, I'll just talk about Reece James. You could definitely switch Shaw for Reece James. Cancelo is looking pretty good. There are definitely options, okay? And then finally, apparently people still own Son. I saw that on the app. I think 13.1% of people out there still own him. Not even sure if he's fit, and Spurs are not looking good in the attack right now. I think there's better way to spend your money, and Son is 10.0 right now. There's definitely much better ways to spend your money apart from Son. Maybe in the future when Spurs start clicking a bit more, when Harry Kane builds his form up, Son might be one to target, but for now, if you have him, I'd definitely sell him. And that could be a good gateway to get one of the premium strikers too, Ronaldo or Lukaku. There's no way you have Son, Ronaldo, and Lukaku and Salah in your team. So yeah, take Son out and look to get one of the other 3 big boys. And then finally, before we end this episode, we are going to touch on captaincy for this weekend. This is something that I love to talk about, and I'm always going to be talking about it before the game week preview. I'll always be bringing up a few captains that you all could look at for this weekend. And the reason for that is because I honestly believe that a good captain could take you from an average game week to a good game week, or maybe even a poor game week to an average game week. It's very important to get the captain right, and these are the guys that I'm going to recommend for this weekend. So off the bat, Mo Salah against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace have not been looking too good defensively so far. Liverpool is one of the most attacking teams in the league. Mo Salah might just be the most informed player in the league so far. He managed to score again in the Champions League last night, and he missed a penalty. Listen, Salah doesn't usually miss penalties. The fact that he got one, I'm just happy about that alone. That would be his 2nd pen for the season so far. You could correct me if I'm wrong there, but I believe it's his 2nd pen for the season so far. Just because he missed, I don't think that they're going to take him off the penalties. It's just been one miss in a very long time. He usually puts away his penalties very confidently. So yeah, Salah is looking good for this weekend. I don't think that he'll be rested either. He's usually not rested. And there's no reason to rest him. Liverpool is not on top of the league right now, and they're still trying to push ahead for what should be a very good and very emphatic start to the Premier League season so far. I think Salah is definitely the standout captain in my opinion, because he's in form, because he's going up against a weak defense. He's playing at Anfield where he loves to score. He's on penalties. I don't know what else I could really tell you all. Another guy that I might think of from Liverpool is actually Trent. Trent has been one of the most creative players in the league so far, averaging 5 chances created per game. And not sure if Liverpool are going to be on for the clean sheets, but I definitely think Trent will be on for some attacking returns. I would go for Salah first, but if you wanted an outside punt, I think Trent is someone to look at as well. Moving on, I'm going to look about Ferran Torres against Southampton. Southampton has not been defending too well, and Manchester City is literally the most attacking team that I've seen in quite a while, especially in the Premier League. Ferran Torres is at the heart of that. He managed to pick up a goal for himself yesterday in the Champions League. As long as he starts, I think that he's going to be a good captain. The only thing that might push me off from captaining him is I'm not sure if he's going to start. A good outside shot could also be Jack Grealish. I think he's been very involved in the build-up play. But again, Jack Grealish has started every single game that City has played so far. It would be just like Pep to give him a rest. Not sure when that rest is going to come. Not sure if Pep is even interested in rotating right now, because he started basically the same team for the last 3 game weeks in the Premier League. That's just not like him. With the start of the Champions League, I have no idea how he plans on rotating his squad, if he even plans on rotating his squad at all. I think Ferran, in my opinion, might be the guy to go for. He should be on for another start, but who knows. Similarly to what I said about Liverpool, I'm going to consider João Cancelo. I think he should be on for a start as well. They don't have too much options at fullback. Zinchenko played in the Champions League. I don't think he's going to play again. I think they will just go back with Cancelo, because City is another team that's looking to press ahead and have a very good start to the Premier League campaign. We know about Cancelo's quality. We know how attacking he could be, and we know that City is one of the best defenders in the league. So I think City should be on for the clean sheet this weekend, and I think Cancelo could be a good I think Cancelo could be a good option for this weekend. And then finally, Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, I understand they're playing against West Ham, but West Ham without their outlet, it will be hard for them to actually progress up the field. I expect United to just keep the pressure on West Ham, and it'll be down to Cristiano Ronaldo to score. He should be on the penalties. I mean, I talked about him so much this episode already. I'm not sure what else I have to really say, but he is the main guy. He is one of the best goal scorers that we've ever seen of all time in football history. He's playing against West Ham, an okay defense, but he's played against much better defense and scored hat-tricks against them. So it is Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm always going to have to mention his name when it comes to captaincy options. And I'm not even a Ronaldo fan, but you have to respect the guy. Going into game week 5 against West Ham, I understand if you captain them. I might do the same. But we are going to wrap it up there after talking about Cristiano Ronaldo. Thanks again for coming out. If you have any questions, as always, please leave it in the comments and I'll get to it. Aside from that, please like the video, share, subscribe to us. All of that helps. And tell your friends about us too. And everybody, good luck this weekend. I hope your captains bang. I hope everybody get hat tricks. And I hope it's just green arrows this weekend. Alright, until next time, goodbye.